To Views on News, I am Jawad Hami. Pakistan's Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has assured the foolproof security measures for the Chinese nationals working on the Dasu hydropower project as well as across the country. Addressing a gathering of the Chinese engineers and workers, Prime Minister stated that the government would ensure that the perpetrators of the March 26 incident should get the exemplary punishment so that it would be a lesson and that no one could commit such dastardly acts in future. This particular important visit by Prime Minister came in the wake of that particular horrific terrorist attack that took place in Bisham, when a convoy of the Chinese engineers was traveling from Islamabad to Dasu hydropower project, and as a result of that suicide attack, 5 Chinese nationals were killed, and also another loss of life also happened, including the driver of their vehicle. There was a strong reaction from the Pakistani authorities. Afterwards, the high-level meeting with the chairmanship of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was also held, and also President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif visited the Chinese embassy to express condolences with the Chinese people and the government on this particular incident. Also, there was a statement by the Chinese Foreign Ministry that expressed confidence in working with Pakistani authorities together, especially when it comes to counter-terrorism measures. We, as a matter of fact, know that after the Kabul takeover by the Afghan Taliban back in 2021, there has been a resurgence of terrorism here in Pakistan, mostly associated with the banned Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and its affiliates. Also, let me just bring in a couple of stats which have been shared by the Global Terrorism Index 2024, which is the 11th edition, and it says that in 2023, the deaths from terrorism increased by 22% to 8,352 deaths and are now at their highest level since 2017. This is the global statistics that has been shared by the Global Terrorism Index, and most specifically when it talks about Pakistan, it says that Pakistan recorded the most incidents of any country with its number, that is 490 attacks. Also, we have seen on a number of occasions the involvement of the Afghan nationals who have been carrying out these heinous acts in Pakistan using the Afghan soil. Also, we have seen when such incidents happen in the past, in the recent past. In fact, there was a pattern that has been observed of the use of the NATO caliber weapons at the hands of these terrorists, including the thermal imaging and night vision and sniper rifles also. Also, when we talk about this particular concern, especially Pakistani authorities declaring the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan as an absolute red line, it had been repeatedly conveying its concerns to the Afghan authorities to take a decisive and concrete action against the banned Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. There have been at times assurances, but most of the times there have been denials on the part of the interim Afghan authorities regarding the presence of banned Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan and its affiliates on the Afghan soil also. A time came, despite repeated concerns conveyed to the Afghan authorities, when no decisive action was taken from the interim Afghan authorities against these banned militant outfits. Pakistan targeted the militant hideouts inside Afghanistan's territory, which later on was criticized, and a harsh tone wording was used in the statements by the interim Afghan authorities also. But Pakistan Foreign Office said that Pakistan always is desirous of going about dealing with this particular menace in collaboration with the interim Afghan authorities, and surely happens to be the responsibility of the interim Afghan authorities, as they made a commitment to the international community when they were taking over Kabul back in 2021 in the form of the Doha peace deal, that they won't allow their soil to be used against any other country. All these important aspects are up for discussion in today's show. For that, we are honored to have been joined in the studio by Mr. Naveed Aman Khan. He's senior analyst. Mr. Khan, thank you very much for your time, for being with us on the show tonight. We really appreciate that. So Khan, now, when the Taliban took over Kabul, of course, there was an impression that they have defeated the international troops, and it was a bloodless takeover of the Kabul palace back in 2021. So with that particular impression or that kind of an atmosphere, which spoke about their strength against the international troops, they fought against them for 20 years. Wasn't it at that particular crucial juncture in history for the Afghan Taliban to have had the complete control in Afghanistan so that there was no room left for any of the terrorist organization or a militant outfit to take its roots and regroup itself and once again pose a threat to the regional countries?
Jawad, first of all, we need to understand the political dynamics of the Taliban form of government and the political dynamics of the regional politics. The Taliban leaders, they believe in autocratic, theocratic and totalitarian form of governance. They believe in the absolute power in the religious outfits. The political dynamics of the region are different. Taliban in past, in their first term in early this century, they have been struggling for against different odds. But when they came in power in 2021, we thought that they might have changed, and we have been told that they are changed now and they are a different sort of Taliban now. But the time proved that they have not changed even an inch of their approach. Look at the behavior of the Taliban government, how they are behaving with the girls, the ladies, the Afghans in Afghanistan, the way they are dealing with the trade, the way they are dealing with the neighboring countries, and the way they are expelling, spilling the terrorism in the regional countries. Pakistan has very serious concern over this sort of dealing, and Pakistan has been suffering because of this sort of terrorism for the last 20 years, at least 20 to 25 years. And Pakistan has retaliated within a couple of weeks back after a long patience, which should not have been expressed so long. Pakistan should have retaliated long time before. In 27 or 28, it was the right time to give that response to Afghan government or the Afghan authorities regarding the perpetration or the backing of the Taliban, especially the Pakistan Taliban.
Right, but you are specifying this particular targeted strike against the militant hideouts within Afghanistan's territory. Pakistan had to resort to this particular last option after Pakistan repeatedly conveyed to the Afghan authorities, look, this is your responsibility, you need to do something about it in definite terms. But you haven't done it, so we are forced to take this particular action inside your territory, targeting the militant hideouts. But afterwards, what we saw was the statements which came from the chief spokesperson of the Afghan Taliban. They were threatening in tone. The kind of threat was there. Do you think they learned any sort of a lesson out of that, or the message was well received on their part?
They haven't learned lesson, but they will learn lesson. Then Pakistan need to keep on teaching that lesson to the Afghan authorities, because Pakistan is now not ready to bear this burden any longer. Pakistan has beared terrorism for the last, as I have earlier said, more than 25 years or 20 years. So we are not ready to bear it any longer.
Right. Khan, talking about what's expected from the US, especially in the recent past, we have seen amid this resurgence of terrorism, the State Department has come up a number of times about Pakistan, about unconditional help towards Pakistan in dealing with this particular menace. As you've heard, General Heather is of no hope, with the least hope that the US doesn't want any sort of peace over here. And nothing substantial could be expected from it as far as dealing with terrorism is concerned. What's your opinion about it?
I mean, I will humbly defer to the General Haider's opinion. I think this time America is also very much concerned as China or Russia or the other regional powers. They are of that concern that there should be peace in the region, especially in Afghanistan. But in Afghanistan, Afghan government is not ready to bring peace in the region and in Afghanistan. They are hiding or they are providing that support or harboring all the
terrorist militant outfits
extremists
over there.
in Afghanistan.
That's an established fact now. So what about the US authorities? If they are, as per your opinion, if they are really interested to see peace in this particular region, should it be limited only to the statements or the expression of that particular unconditional help, or should we be seeing that particular help coming in some concrete form towards Pakistan?
Definitely. Now America cannot leave Pakistan at this stage, when Pakistan once again is suffering from this layer of the worst terrorism. Pakistan now needs American help as well as Pakistan needs Chinese help in this region. America has again developed its interest in the region because of the worsening law and order situation in Afghanistan. Because the stronger terrorists in Afghanistan are really a big threat to the Western world and America as well. So America doesn't want to get those outfits stronger and stronger and become threat to America once again, as they have been attacked in 9/11.
Could there be any certain manifestation of that concrete help coming amid these economic difficulties Pakistan is faced with when we look forward to the US in particular?
Yes, it is.
What sort of manifestation do you, as per your understanding, could possibly be there for Pakistan on the part of the US?
At this stage, I think America should bring those comforts to Pakistan regarding the dealing of IMF, number one. IMF is very smoothly dealing with Pakistan. In the last government, IMF have been creating problems for Pakistan in its dealings, but now it is smooth sail because of that American support. It shows that America is now backing that economic edge to Pakistan. American president has written letter to the Pakistani Prime Minister recently, and Pakistani Prime Minister has responded it positively.
Right.
It shows that Pakistan and America are now once again developing their political and democratic.
As far as the security matter in this particular region is concerned, I'll come back to you, take your deeper understanding regarding what could be more manifestations of this particular support by the US to Pakistan. Thank you much for taking time out for Views on News tonight. Really appreciate that. And Mr. Naveed Aman Khan, senior analyst, joining us in the studio. Thank you very much for your time also, for being with us on the show tonight. Really appreciate that. With that, we come to the end of today's episode. Thank you very much for being with us.